I have a weird relationship with the ending of Attack on Titan. Like, when I first saw it, I really didn't feel anything. I was just very confused. But then, after thinking about it a little bit, I thought it was alright. But not even a day later, I started hating it immensely. And now I'm just kinda in the middle. And yes, I know I'm 3 months late, but shut up, okay? I was busy as hell. But now, I'm back, baby. And we are gonna dissect this controversial topic that is the last episode of Attack on Titan. To really understand how I went from thinking the ending was alright to hating it, we need to go back to what I thought the ending was actually about. Because I had to rewatch it 1 or 2 times to really get what I was looking at. Because the first time I genuinely got the story kinda wrong. Like, this is what I understood from the ending the first time I watched it. Starting with Aaron's character. After the basement reveal, Aaron came face to face with the moral quandary of starting the rumbling or not. During the course of the show, he eventually decides it's the only way Paradise can be saved. He of course became super depressed because of this, and it makes sense that he would push away Armin and Mikasa. Like, I think most people knew Aaron didn't actually hate Mikasa nor Armin, but that he was trying to make them lose affection for him so they didn't have to suffer with his burden of turning the world into a fucking tomato soup. Skip forward and Mikasa and the gang are now trying to stop Aaron from completing his rumbling. And eventually Mikasa manages to do so because she remembered Aaron told her in the past. They kiss, Aaron dies, Aaron dies and Mikasa kisses his corpse, and then everyone stops fighting because A, Paradise has the upper hand on everyone now, and B, supposedly the humans that are still left have learned that racism equals bad. Everyone that is still alive lives a peaceful life, living in freedom, a freedom that in a tragic way Aaron gave to them. Then they die of old age, and what Aaron was afraid would happen from the very beginning happens. Decades later, Paradise gets destroyed. Aaron could have prevented this if he took away the free will of his friends and completed the rumbling, but he didn't. Because he wanted his friends to be free, which in a way, in the end, he achieved. The Titan curse dies with him, and this is how the story ends. Honestly, a sad ending, but definitely not a bad one. What? Ymir who? Oh yeah, I forgot about Ymir and the space fucking dill. And Aaron killing his own fucking mom. And fucking Boruto Next Generation AOT edition. So yeah, now we get into the things I did not like. Because believe it or not, the ending I just described is what I thought the ending was at first. But after rewatching it a couple times, I realized it's fucking broken. It doesn't work. Once you actually look into it, it falls apart. Starting off with Ymir and the fucking space worm called the Hallucigenia, did I say it right? Anyway, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. We didn't need Ymir nor that worm in this story. The basement reveal gave us all we wanted and needed to hear. We didn't know everything about the Titans, but keeping a small part of it mysterious is fine. That legend of a girl making a deal with a devil, sure, that's fine. I don't need to know everything. We know it's just a legend, the same way the characters in the world itself know it's a legend. The reason this is fine is because everything we do know past that point is truly one of the best story reveals I have ever experienced in my life. The foreshadowing about Marley, Titan shifters, the hints, the history. It was perfect the way it was. There were some points where we got some more info, like at Willie's speech, but those were rich additions that made the story better and taught us about the rumbling and explained more of the reasons Marley hates aliens. I didn't need to know much more than this. This was enough. You can leave some things to mystery. It makes the world seem bigger, like there's things we and the characters inside of it don't know yet. But no, you had to tell us about that old crusty legend. Sure, fine. If you want to expand on it more, go ahead. But please make it something interesting. Something on par with the other amazing, intriguing stuff you wrote before this. No. The lore addition now is Worm from Space. Okay, fine. It might not seem very interesting now, but I'm sure the worm will become more interesting over time, right? Like, it's Attack on Titan we're talking about. Like, everyone has a super good character arc in it. Yeah, no, Isayama just had to add a space worm to his story. Like, to give you an example about why I don't like this, that would be like adding a fucking minion to the Lord of the Rings and saying it was the creator of Mordor. Like, okay, yeah, I guess it could happen. I guess indeed we did not have an answer to that in the movies. But I honestly preferred it when I didn't know it and it was still a cool mystery, because now you made Mordor a lot less cool. Literally the only thing I can think of that the worm does that affects the story in an interesting way is when it farts all over everyone in the last episode and all aliens turn into titans. But it literally doesn't even matter because they all turn back to normal like 5 minutes later. The worm really just exists in the story because Isayama wanted someone or something to add more conflict and to further expand his titan lore. But I'm sorry, it just wasn't necessary and it's not a cool addition to the story. But now, enough of the worm. Let's talk about Ymir. On first glance, she really ain't all that bad. Her backstory is interesting enough, and I can't hate anyone that has sympathy for piggies. Aww. And yeah, the whole part of her getting attached to the worm is pretty lame, but I talked about that enough already, and we need to give her titan powers one way or another now. I really start having a problem with this whole Ymir story with this goofy moment here. The person that treated her like absolute dog shit, cut her tongue out, raped her, made her go to war for him, probably also beat her up several times. She saves him. She lets herself get killed for him. Why? Because she loves him, man. Love is complicated, bro. Okay, fine. I'm not a psychologist. Maybe there is an explanation for it and I'm just not aware of it. But like, if that's the case, why don't you explain to me why she's doing this? Because I'm pretty sure that to most people, this is a very strange thing to do. So if you have a good explanation for it, show it to us. Make us understand her. Because right now, we feel very disconnected from Ymir as a character, because I'm pretty sure most people that watch this scene wouldn't do the same for someone that tortured them. Moving on though, Ymir dies and gets stuck in the paths for 2000 years, building titans out of sand. Why? Also, because she loved him, and she had a curse because of her love. Yeah, okay, I still don't get how this love can be so strong for someone that tortured you. Wish I would have gotten some more explanations about that, but okay, fine. Then our boy Aaron appears and together they activate the rumbling. You know how it goes. If this was all there is to it, there would have been some moments where I would think, okay, this is kind of weak writing, but it wouldn't be that terrible. I would be able to live with it. But shit starts getting really dumb when Aaron talks to Armin in the bed. Like at first Aaron tells him that he wanted his friends to kill him so they would become heroes. Okay, this part still fits in the narrative I thought that the ending was going for and kinda liked. So okay, sure. But then he goes on to explain Ymir's role in all of it. Turns out, everything Aaron did was to achieve something Ymir wanted. Something related to Mikasa. Because she saw something in Mikasa that made her wanna stop loving the king. Okay, what exactly? Only Ymir knows. Are you seriously telling me that all the titans and all the shit with titans up till now has been happening because some girl loved her torturer so much until she saw a girl and that girl convinced her to stop loving her torturer? So Aaron helps that girl even though he doesn't even know why that girl chose me. Oh my god, like that's so stupid. Like why would you even do that? Aaron's motivations to do everything he did were already there. They were perfect. From episode 1 all the way up to the part where he starts the rumbling. You don't need Ymir for any of that. He could have chosen to do that out of himself. The seeds were already there. He saw his mom get eaten. He hated titans. He's been oppressed. Like it all makes sense for him to do that. It made sense for his character. But you threw all of that out of the window saying he did it for some random girl that he didn't even fully understand. He literally stopped being his own character once he kissed Historia's hand and just became a slave to Ymir. And don't say that him being a slave to Ymir is poetic, because it's not, okay? It's just dumb. Like, he literally killed his own mom for crying out loud. Do you guys have any idea how many scenes this ruins? How much this ruins his character? Like, it ruins this amazing scene with him and Reiner.
なぜだ、ライナー。なんで母さんはあの日、巨人に食われた？
Dude, that shit wasn't on them, that was you! What makes it even worse is that you didn't need to add this reason for the smiling titan to skip Bertolt and go for Aaron's mom. It's a titan with royal blood. They are already proven to act differently. Did you forget about this motherfucker? And also, right before she became a titan, she said,
どんな姿になってもあなたを探し出すから。
So it makes sense. She would find where Grisha lived and go there. But no, that doesn't mean anything. It was just Aaron. It was Aaron. Like all of this shit, no, don't matter. forget about it. As you can see, the things I liked about the ending and the overall lines I talked about in the beginning just completely break down once you dive deeper into it. And this is also why I just think the whole Ymir and the worm thing just wasn't necessary. We didn't need it added to the story. We really just didn't. But anyway, let's talk about something else I don't like that is not directly linked to the plot. The bloody message. Humans will always have war. That's the main message a lot of people got out of this ending. Primarily because, well, this shit happened. And I just straight up don't agree with it. And I think it's such a lazy message. Like, it basically means no matter how hard we fight for peace, we will end up killing each other anyway. Because that's just human nature. But that's just plain wrong. Humans are capable of peace. This has been shown all throughout history. Yes, every now and then some dumbasses come along and start a fucking war. But you can't say it's human nature just because some people want war. It's just a very close-minded and simple way of seeing the world. And honestly, kind of a fucked up one too. It genuinely annoys me how people act like it's a beautiful message, even though it sounds like something a warlord would say to justify just burning a village. Like, yo guys, I know you guys are mad that I burned the village and everything, but it's just in my nature, man. Like, I'm a human. I'm only human. So yeah, if that was genuinely the message Isayama intended behind it, I think it's an awful message. And then now, the last bullshit thing I want to talk about. The post-credit scene. Listen up, Isayama. This better be a normal fucking tree, yeah? This better be a normal fucking tree, mate. Because if the Titan's curse is still not gone, and that fucking worm is still alive, I'm throwing myself out the window. Like, come on, Isayama, you already fucked up Eren so hard. At least let him keep his promise of wanting to kill all the Titans. Don't let this motherfucker bring him back, man. But hey, it's just a theory though. It could just be a tree. And so long we don't get any confirmations, I'ma believe it's just a tree. But yeah, overall, I know it sounds like I really hate Attack on Titan now, but I really don't. I'm just pissed about like the things I mentioned in this video. But overall, it's still a masterpiece, don't get me wrong. Like overall, it's still really a masterpiece. But some scenes are just kind of ruined now. But whenever I look back on like the declaration of war and all that, I just pretend the ending doesn't exist, you know? Because overall, the story is still really good. And it's still a cultural milestone and everything. I still love it. But you know, you're allowed to critique the things you love, right? So let me know what you guys think of my opinion. And I want to thank you guys a lot for 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I know I haven't uploaded in like 8 months and I'm sorry about that. I was just really busy. But I'm surprised I still managed to get 1,000 subscribers while I was gone, so that's pretty cool. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. And on top of that, I'm also monetized right now. Can you believe this shit? I gained 4 cents. Deadass, I got 4 cents of YouTube. Sounds stupid, but I'm so fucking proud of that, man. I'm so happy because of it. Like, honestly, I never thought I would make any money off of YouTube. So just 4 cents, the fact that I can say I made money off YouTube just means so much to me. 12-year-old me would be losing his fucking shit right now. So yeah, I'm gonna try to upload more for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!